So welcome to all of you. We'll go to the next paper, that is mathematics paper second semester first, calculus first. So name of that course is calculus first. In the second semester you will see calculus second. The name of the first chapter is a real number. Now algebraic, we'll see first algebraic properties of the real number. So field axioms. So field axioms for the real numbers. So first one, AB belong to R, AB belong to R implies that A plus B belong to R. That means what? Sum of any two real number is always a real number. Okay. Now second is what? So AB belongs to R implies that A plus B is equal to B plus A. So this is called commutative law. This is called commutative law. This is called commutative law. Okay. Now third one. So that means what? Addition of any two real number is commutative. A plus B 7, B plus A. Suppose A, B, C belong to R implies that. That means these are any real number. So this is true for all real numbers. Sum of any two real number is always commutative. Okay. So A plus B is same as A plus B plus C. I can write this as A plus B plus C. This is associative law. This is called associative law with respect to addition. This is law. This is called commutative law with respect to addition. That means what? Here I can rearrange the terms. So here what? The first term we have taken the sum of the first two and then added in the third one. So we can take the sum of the last two and add it in the first one. That also we can do this. This also happen in the set of the real number. So for every real number this will happen. So this is the fourth one. So fourth one is what? So A belongs to R. Okay. There exists 0 belongs to R. There exists 0 belongs to R such that A plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A is equal to A now. So 0 is called additive this is D now. Additive identity. That means if 0 added in the real number, so your real number will be additive now. Okay. So now next one, for any A belongs to R, there exists minus A belongs to R such that A plus minus A plus A is equal to 0. Minus A is called additive inverse of A. So that means what? If A is a real number, then minus A is also a real number. So this minus A is a real number such that if you take addition of these two, we get additive identity. Then A is called additive inverse of minus A, or minus A is called additive inverse of A. Okay. Now next, the sixth one, AB belongs to R. This is proof. This is for sum. Now we go for product now. So AB belongs to R implies that A into B belongs to R. That means what? Product of any two real number is a real number. Product of real numbers is a real number. So then next one. So AB belongs to R. This implies that A dot B is equal to B dot. That means what? The product is also commutative. This is commutative law with respect to multiplication. This is commutative law with respect to multiplication. Now next. So ABC belongs to R. This implies that A into B into C. So this is what? A into BC now. Okay. So this dot may be there or may not be there. It doesn't matter. Okay. So this is not important here. This is what associative law with respect to multiplication. So now then this is what. So A belongs to R. There exists one belongs to R such that 1 into A is equal to A into 1 is equal to A now. Okay. So one is called multiplicative identity. One is called multiplicative identity. Next, for non-zero A, for any non-zero A belongs to R, there exists 1 by A belongs to R such that A into 1 by A is equal to 1 by A into A is equal to 1. Right? Then 1 by A is called multiplicative inverse of A. Then 1 by A is called multiplicative inverse of A. Okay, so these are the 10, and the last one is that one, for any A, B, C belong to R, A into B plus C is equal to AB plus AC. This is called distributive law. Distributive law. Okay, so any real number, so if you take any three real numbers A, B, C, or whatever, these 11 axioms are put. This is called field axioms. So these are the 11 axioms. So this is naturally hold for the set of the real number. So these are called field axioms. So if the question is asked like this, write the field axiom. So write here to all these 11 points. These are the 11 points. These are the 11 axioms which is hold in the real number. Okay. So we write the definition of field now. So this is not a part of this. A non-empty set. A non-empty set. F belongs to R. So not this is what subset. A non-empty set F, which is a subset of R, with two binary operations. With two binary operations plus and dot, that is multiplication, is called field if it satisfies the above axioms for any A, B, C belong to F. For any, instead of R, you have to write F now. If it exists all these 11 axioms, then that is called as a field. So what is meant by binary operation? So suppose this is what star is the binary operation. Star is called binary operation. If you take any A and B belong to R, and if you apply star on A and B, this implies that A star B is also the element of R. Then for n, this is what for n. So that will be called the binary operation. So that means what A star B belong to R. If you apply star on any two elements of the R, if the output is in R, then if outputting in your set, then that operation is called a binary operation. Okay. So no need to remember this definition. So you have to write all. So what if you want to write the definition of the field, so just you have to write what a non-empty set F R with two binary operations plus an and each called a field if it satisfies the following axioms. So write these following axioms. That is what, write all axioms, right? So instead of this A B C belongs to R, just write that your F, right? So replace R, capital R, that is the set of the real number by F. Then that will be your, if it F satisfy all these 11 axioms, then the F is called the field now. Okay. Now we'll see the, this is what the Q is, what the set of rational numbers, and R is what, the set of real number. Then this is R plus dot, okay? R plus dot, that is multiplication. That means what, R is the field with respect to addition and multiplication. So similarly, the Q plus dot R field. Okay. So R is the field with respect to addition and multiplication. The Q is what, the set of the rational number with the set of the rational number. That means what, sum of two rational number is rational number, product of two rational number, both associated to this one. All the properties, all the 11 axioms are hold for the set of the real number and this. So what about the natural number? So whether this is hold for natural number, which property fail here? Now see here, A plus B property fail here now. A plus B is equal to 0, this property, because 0 is not a natural number. Okay. So now suppose A is a natural number. So actually 0 is also not exist here, because 0 is added to identity, it do not belong to here. So that means what, natural number is not a field. So whether it is hold for Z, okay, so Z is also, is it hold for Z? Is it hold? What are the set of the integer? So for set of the integer, this is not field. This is this are not field. Okay. So this what? So like this, what? Natural number plus 0 plus dot Z plus dot are not field. So here what, the additive inverse is exist here. So here what, 0 do not belong to here. Okay. So therefore it is not. So therefore this is not. Also the negative number is also, the additive inverse is also not exist here. Negative elements are. But here what, 0 belongs to this. Negative inverse belong to, negative also belongs to this. But what is this? A into B is 1. Okay. So that means what, every element do not have the multiplicative inverse. Because what is the multiplicative inverse of 2? Is half. Multiplicative inverse of 2 is half. So half is not in the set of the integer. Half is not integer. So that means what, here AB is equal to 1. This property fell here. So only one, this property fell here. Only this property. So every element do not have the multiplicative inverse. So therefore because of this, only one property do not hold here. So because of this, this is not a field. Only one property do not hold here. Okay. So but that property is also, all 11 axioms are hold, then only that will be the field. Now here what? So this is not field, because every element do not have the multiplicative inverse. Here what, most of the property fail here. But so first of all, this is the additive inverse is not there. So 0 is not there. Multiplicative inverse is also not there. Okay. So product of two natural number is natural number. This is only one. And sum of two natural number is a natural number. So these two axioms are hold here. So actually the plus and dot are the binary operation for the set of the natural numbers, set of the real number, and so on. Okay. Okay. So now the next we will take a theorem now. So theorem. Here. 1. If Z and A are elements in elements in R with z plus a, with z plus a is equal to a, then z is equal to 0. Second, if u and b not equal to 0, are elements in R with u into b is equal to 1, then u is equal to 1. And the third one, if a belongs to R, then a into 0 is equal to 0. We have to prove this one. So prove first one. So what is here? A, Z and A are the element. So what? A, Z belongs to R, right? Such that we write this given that. Okay. So given that the A, Z belongs to R, such that Z plus A is equal to A. Z plus A is equal to. What we want to prove? The Z is equal to 0. So what we will do? So Z plus A will add minus A on both sides. We need to apply that 11 axioms. With the help of that 11 axioms, we have to prove this one. So we'll add this. So now here what we can apply the associative law for the addition. Now here what? Z plus A plus minus A is equal to A plus minus A. They are the additive inverses of with each other, and A plus minus A is 0 now. So this is 0. So this is what is Z plus 0 is equal to 0. But Z plus 0 is additive identity. So this is what Z is equal to 0. So we have proved this, right? With the help of the 11 axioms, we have proved this, right? So don't shift this A to that side, and this is what A minus A get cancelled. That we did with the help of this one now. That we did. So directly you cannot shift A to that side. So this is the way of proving Z plus A is equal to 0. So we are using this, what A get cancelled, therefore Z is equal to 0. Directly we are doing this one, right? But this is the theoretical proof of that one. If Z plus A is equal to A, we are applying this up to this. We applied this. So Z plus A is equal to 0, then what? So if they have the same sign, then it get cancelled because of this one. Because of this 11 axioms. Okay. Now we'll prove the proof of the second one now. So what is the second one? Second one what? U, B belongs to R. Given that U, B belongs to R, B is not equal to 0. Such that U into B is equal to 1. And what you have to prove? U is equal to 1. That you have to prove. Okay. So now B is not equal to 0. So this implies that 1 by B belongs to R. Because reciprocal of the non-zero number is exist. Okay. So B belongs to. So what we will do? We will multiply 1 by B on both sides. So directly you cannot see. This is what you have 1 upon B. Directly you cannot do this one. So 1 upon B. So UB is equal to B. We will correct this one. UB is equal to B now. Okay. So UB is equal to B is given to you, and then you have to prove this one. So B into 1 upon B. Okay. So now we can apply the associative law for the multiplication. So we have the axiom. So I can write this is what? U into B into 1 upon B. So now they are the multiplicative inverse. B and 1 upon B are multiplicative inverses of with each other. So their product is 1. So this is 1. So U into 1 is equal to 1. U into 1. So this is also 1 is the multiplicative identity. U into 1. So this is what? This is 1. We have proved. Okay, now next you have to prove that a into 0 is equal to 0. A into 0 is equal to 0. This we have to prove. Third one, A belongs to R. I can write A is equal to A into 1. I can write A is equal to A into 1. Okay. So I will add A into 0 on both sides now. So I take A common here, and what I get, so here what, A plus 0, A into 0 is equal to A into 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0. So this is what, A plus A into 0 is A now. This is A. And just we have proved that, this is what, Z plus A is equal to A, then Z is equal to 0. So by the first, or you may write here what, so therefore what, therefore A into 0, A into 0 is equal to 0 now. Because what, since Z plus A is equal to A implies that Z is equal to 0. This we have proved. Therefore we can apply. So this is what to it is. Okay. Now we'll do this one. Note 2. We will write the note now. Note 1. If A not equal to 0, B belong to R. Both A and B are integer. A into B is equal to 1. Then B is equal to 1 upon A. Okay. So A is a real number. B is also a real number. So that product of this, then B is equal to 1 by, easily we can prove this one. Then second is what? If A into B is equal to 0, then A is equal to 0 or B is equal to 1 of them is 0 now. Okay. So this property we are familiar with this one. Now next theorem. There does not exist a rational number R such that R square is equal to 2. Okay, so prove. Suppose that, so we'll take a negative now here. Suppose that there exists a rational number R is equal to P by Q such that R square is equal to, that is P square by Q square is equal to 2. Okay, so choose P and Q such that P and Q are relatively prime. That means they do not have the common. So GCD of P and Q is 1. We are familiar with the GCD also. They are relatively prime, means their GCD 1. So they don't have the common factor now. So what we will do now here, R square is equal to this. Okay. So therefore what? P square is equal to twice Q square. So what does this implies? Okay. So implies that P square is even. So this implies that P is even. P is even. We call this as 1. We call this as 1. So P is even. So therefore P is equal to twice M. So M belongs to whatever the Z now. Whatever the Z. So this is even, that means it is 2 times something like this. Okay. Okay, so P is even. Okay, because what, if P this odd, then P square is also odd. Okay, product of two odd number is odd number, product of two even number is even number. So P is equal to twice M now. So then P is equal to twice M. So this is what A now. So A implies. So what, twice M? So 4M square. 4M square is equal to twice Q square. Twice Q square. Okay, so that means what here, Q square is equal to twice M square. What does this imply then? Q square is even. Q square is even. So that means what here, this Q square is even means Q is also even. Q is even. So therefore what? So I call this as 2 now. So therefore both P and Q are even. Therefore both P and Q are even. P and Q are even. So therefore 2 is common to both P and Q. P is common to both P and Q. This is contradiction to the fact that this is called, what we have taken, we have to choose P and Q such that P and Q are relatively prime. So that means they do not have the common element. This is contradiction to the fact that P and Q are relatively prime. Why do we get this wrong answer? Because our supposition is wrong. So what is our supposition? We are assuming that P is this R is a rational number. So therefore there does not exist a rational number R such that R square is equal to 2. So that means what? So note we write. So note, we have proved that root 2 is not a rational number. Similarly, you can do this for 3, 4, 3, 5, 7, and so that you can prove that this is not a R square does not exist a rational number such that R square is equal to 7. So you can do this for 7 also. Okay. So now we take the next one. Show that root 8 is not a rational number. Root 2 is not a rational number. Solution. Suppose that root 8 is a rational number. So therefore root 8 is equal to P upon Q. Q not equal to 0, and P and Q are relatively prime. P and Q are relatively prime. Okay, so we'll take P and Q positive also. PQ greater than or equal to greater than 0, greater than 0. We'll take it positive. Okay, so we have choose. This is our choice. They are relatively prime. P and Q are positive. We have taken this. Okay, so if we get P and Q are not relatively prime, so then this become a contradiction there. So you have made a mistake here now where we are assuming that root 2 is a rational number, therefore we get a wrong answer. We should get the wrong answer. So what is our choice? P and Q are the relatively prime. This is our choice, and P and Q are also positive. Okay, so now what 2 is less than root 8 is less than 3 now. Okay, so that means what is your root 8? This is what P by Q is less than 3. So that means what here? Twice Q is less than P less than 3Q. Okay, so now I will subtract, this is 0 less than P minus twice Q is less than Q. Okay, I have subtracted twice Q from all, I get this one. So now therefore what? P minus twice Q lies between 0 and Q. So therefore P minus twice Q is positive integer, is positive integer, is positive integer. Is positive integer. So we are considering this is a rational number, root 2 is a rational number. That means in the definition already P and Q are the integer. So this is already there. P and Q is integer. So therefore root 8 into P minus twice Q is not integer. Is not integer. Is not integer. Okay, so we have this P minus Q, root 8 is not integer. Is not integer. Okay, so what happens if they are the integer? But root 8 into P minus twice Q is equal to root 8. What is root 8? This is P upon Q. This is P upon Q. P minus twice Q. So what is this? Just multiply by this. This is P square upon Q minus P square upon Q minus twice P, minus twice P. So this is equal to P square upon Q square into Q minus twice P, minus twice P. But P square of this is what? 8Q. This is 8Q minus twice P. 8Q minus twice P. But now P is integer, Q is integer. So therefore what? Root 8 into P minus twice Q is an integer. Is an integer. Is an integer. So this is contradiction. 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 So therefore, because what? Root 8 into P minus Q twice Q is not integer. So what we get what here? So is not integer. We know this is what. But for the choice of P and Q, it will be the, for the choice of P and Q, it will be the integer. For choice of this P and Q, it will be the integer. So this is the contradiction. Therefore, root 8 is not a rational number. Rational number is not a rational number. So we are through now here. So we are through. Okay. So we'll stop here. I hope that you understand this one. Okay. So here what? This is very important property for the set of the real number. We have seen that we are applying this is what here, this is equal to this a get cancelled, right? So we know this, we can apply this, but here what we have proved this one. Okay, okay, so we will stop here.